Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So we were studying in the Sakshya Adhiniyam. Earlier it was called Indian Evidence Act, and we had completed till section 14, and today we will cover from section 15 to section 18. From section 15 to 18, a new chapter starts. Okay, and the name of the chapter is admission. So what do you mean by an admission? Admission means when a person admits something, confronts something about him. Okay, a person may confronts a crime done by him. Person may confronts or admits signature executed by him, and many more things. Okay, so let us start. So let us begin with section 15. So section 15 defines admission. An admission is when someone acknowledges a fact related to the case. Okay. So basically, admission is acknowledgement. Acknowledgement of what? A fact related to the case. Okay. It can be spoken, written, or even an electronic message. Okay. So acknowledgement or admission may or may not be done necessarily done in a court of law in the presence of judge or magistrate only. An acknowledgement outside the court or can also be an admission. And on the top of that, an admission can be spoken. A person may speak and admit something, or he can write it down. Okay, or even a simple message in a WhatsApp or email to someone admitting his guilt or crime or anything like that will also be termed as an admission. And the proof of those admissions can be done before the court of law, as these all admissions will be relevant. Oh, let us take a practical example. A rents an apartment from B during a dispute. A sends a text message saying, I owe you 3 months rent. Okay, now there is an apartment, the owner of which is A. A has rented this apartment to B. B hasn't paid the rent for 3 months in a row. Okay, and B is admitting the fact that he hasn't paid 3 months rent in a text message or in a WhatsApp message. Now, this message can be proved before the court of law to show that this is the admission of B that he hasn't paid 3 months rent. Okay. If we go by the bare act language, it is same as I have explained. Okay, the definition of admission. So admission means a statement, oral, written, or electronic. So admission must be a statement. It must be a statement, and a statement must be either oral, that is with the word of mouth, or in writing, or in any electronic form like WhatsApp or email. What is the nature of this statement should be? It must suggests an inference about a fact in issue or relevant fact. That means a bare statement cannot be an admission. The admission must refer to or which shows an inference about the fact in issue or relevant fact, which must show that a fact in issue or relevant fact exists or does not exist. Okay, and who can make it? Made by a person involved in the case under circumstances making it relevant. Now, who can make it is given under section 16 17 and 18. Okay, in these particular sections it is given by whom particularly, if anything is confronted or anything is uh, admitted, can be termed a as an admission. Okay, so the first section is section 16, admission by party or agent. Look, here the party means party to the suit or proceeding. Okay, in a case where involves two parties, we all know that, that is the prosecutor and the defendant, or the plaintiff or the defendant. So admission can be done by the parties themselves. Any of the party is admitting his guilt. Okay, or by the authorized agent. Authorized agent means any person uh, who has been authorized by the party to the suit to admit something. Like, for example, a lawyer. A lawyer is an authorized agent in a suit. Okay, and timing is very much important. When a person is admitting something, when he is admitting is an important fact. For example, if uh, if a lawyer is a, we all know, we have discussed that a lawyer is an authorized agent, and that's why he's entitled to make an admission. Now, if a lawyer who is hired by a party doesn't make any admission when he's doing his duty as a lawyer for the party, now after a while, or after a few days, or after the few hearings, that lawyer is has been left by the party. Okay, the party's left the lawyer. Okay, it doesn't want his service anymore. Now if the lawyer admits something, that admission won't be relevant. Okay, so timing is very much important. Okay, now let us move to the next slide. Corporate admissions. In corporates, in companies, who will admit? So a company is an artificial person. It cannot come into the court, or it cannot speak something. Okay, so if any employee of the company who has responsibilities, or who is authorized for making any admission, if he admits a fact, then the company will be bound by his admission. Okay, so here also a legal representative can be termed as an agent. Okay, and important exception I've already discussed, that uh, in order to become a statement to be an admission, the person who is making the statement or admission must be an employee, or having that uh, capacity for which he is making admission statement. Okay, now let us move to the next section. Section 17, admissions by persons whose position must be proved. Okay. So if we see the bare acts language, it would be really very confusing. Statements made by persons whose position or liability it is necessary to prove as against any party to the suit are admissions if such statements would be relevant as against such persons in relation to such position or liability in a suit brought by or against them, and if they are made while the person making them occupies such position or is subject to such liability. If two persons shares such a relation, there are two people A and B, and they share such a relation that if any statement given by any of the party could have been brought before the court as an admission. Okay. And the party who made the statement actually when he's into that particular relation with B. In that case, A's statement can be proved as an admission. Okay, if you are still getting confused, let us understand it through an example. Look, there are two people, B and C, and they share a relationship of owner and tenant. Okay, C is the tenant and B is the owner. Okay, now C tells various people that C owes B 3 months rent. Now, in after a while, when a case is filed between C and B's lawyer, that is A, C denies the fact that he owes anything to B. Okay. Now A has if A now A has the right to prove C's earlier statements that he owes B 3 months rent is relevant. Those statements made by C will be relevant. Okay. Now let us move to the next section, section 18. Admissions by persons expressly referred to by party. Suppose there are two people, A and B. A wants to purchase something. B says that, and A asks from B about the product. Okay. B referred A to C. Go to C. Whatever C will tell about the product will be correct. Okay. So go and ask to C about the product. Now, if A goes to C and C says something about the product, that statement given by C will be uh, construed as, or will be uh, termed as the statement of B. Okay. So if C makes any statement regarding product B, then B will be liable for those statements. Here also, if we break the parts of the section, it says that party makes reference. Here B is making a reference. Information is given by C about the product becomes relevant. Those statements will become relevant. Okay, as an admission, binding on the referring party, the party who is referring, that is B. Here is an example of a horse. Okay, A sells a horse to B for 2 lakh. During negotiations, B asks about the horse health condition. A tells B, for information about the horse soundness medical history, you should speak to C. Okay, you should speak to C means he's referring to C. Okay, my veterinarian who has examined the horse. Now B contacts to C, who states the horse is perfectly healthy with no medical issues. Now later, if B develops a health issue, or sorry, now later if the horse develop any health issue, C's statement becomes an admission. Okay, and this statement can be proved against B. It will be relevant against B, as B was the person who has referred A to C. Okay, so whatever statement will be given by C, B will be liable for that. Okay, so for today, I think uh, section 15 to 18 is enough, as these all sections are in the same context. The definition of admission has been completed. Whatever queries, whatever confusion, if you have in your mind, if any, kindly comment me in the comment box. I will definitely reply. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.